Hello to all, my name is Ishan Salahuddin and I am here to persuade every facilitator to use differentiating menus when completing a project. I think it's fairly easy once you get the kids used to using menus, and it takes just a little time going through the menus and showing them everything they need. But once you get the kids settled and they know everything as to where they need to go, how they need to work on their project, everything will be fine in due time. It's just like everything else that we do in the classroom. So generally what I do is I put everything that my students need in their Google Classroom. So within their Google Classroom, I have adaptation project. So this is the whole project, and this is for all 4 of my classes. What they will do first is they need to press on the adaptation menu. Now the adaptation menu is going to bring up the menu of choices that the kids can choose from. Now, when we do this, we want to make sure that the kids really think about what it is that they want to do. We have the kids take a look at it, and I usually give them a little time to conversate with their peers and discuss which one they would like to do. Once they find out the one that they would like to do, I will have a small discussion with them in small grouping, and then I will initial off in these little boxes which assignment or which project they would like to attempt. Now, after they have the go-ahead to do their project, the next thing that the kids will do is they will go back to their Google Classroom, and they're going to find out the guidelines for the project that they chose. Now, in the guideline portion, it's just a little cheat sheet as to a little map as to what they will need to make it kind of a successful project. Like, for example, making a poster. All they need to do is go down and say, if I'm making a poster, I need to know that I should have a standard size poster board. I need at least 5 pieces of important information, and they will go down the checklist as so. Now, the last thing that they need to do is they need to look at their rubric. I always give the kids a rubric. It is never a moment when I say, ha ha ha, I got you. You didn't have the rubric, you didn't know what you were doing. So when the kids have the rubric, they know exactly what it is that I expect from them. So the rubric, I give them the rubric in 2 ways. I give it to them in paper form, and I also give it to them in the Google Classroom. Now when they get their rubric, let's say for instance they are making a poster again. So what they're going to do is they're going to click on the rubric, and what I do is I have the rubrics printed out. It's on a small 3x5 sheet of paper. And as they are presenting their projects, what I would do is I would take a highlighter and I will highlight all the information that I can that the kid had completed in order to earn that score. So the children in my classroom are fairly aware of the rubrics, and we generally at the beginning part of the school year, we talked about rubrics in full. Now, another thing that I encourage my kids to do is to use technology. Pencil and paper is kind of like a blah. It's a boring thing for me. So I tell them always, I say, look, I have 105 kids' papers to read. Make your paper jump out. Make your paper or your assignment speak to me. So what they would do is also in the Google Classroom, at the beginning of the year, I went to a gifted training, and they gave us a copy of Technology Tools for Lessons. So I linked it onto the Google Classroom because there are plenty of goodies here for the kids to use. So I tell them to make sure that, you ask your parents, can you sign up for certain things, because certain things they have to sign up for. Like I'm now in ThinkLink, so they have to create the account. So when they create these accounts, it can make their work so much better, and most of the time they put so much pride in their work. So it doesn't matter what kids you're teaching. Each kid wants their project to look like gold. They want their project to be gold. And usually what I do is we all have a deadline, but in that deadline we also have 1 day a week that I give them. Is like a check-in day that we look at projects. If they're writing a paper, they will go to their Google Classroom. They will share their document with a peer. They will do peer editing. They will share it with me. If they agree, we can put it on the board and we can go over it as a class. So it's all up to you where you want to go with this, but I think that doing a menu in a project is so much better than just telling the kids, okay, we're all going to do this. The ending result is you want your kids to learn a certain thing about a certain subject. So with adaptation, I'm giving you different ways to learn about adaptation. And when we come to the table, it's like bringing a little dish to a Thanksgiving meal. Everyone can learn from it. So that's my view on differentiating learning in menus. I hope everyone has the opportunity to use it in their classroom, and it is very beneficial for students and learners and the teacher also. Have a great day.